Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Okay, you're good. I'm so happy that you are in a good mood today. But before we start our lesson, may I request everyone to please stand for our prayer. Thank you. You may take your seats. Now, are you ready for our lesson today? Okay, you are ready. So, shall we start? So, our lesson for today is about mythology. It's about 12 gods and goddesses. So, before we proceed, have you or does any one of you have any idea about what mythology is? Okay, no. So, a mythology is a collection of myths in a specific person, culture, tradition, and everything. So, not just the mythology. It's we didn't we just not have. It's not the Philippines has its mythology, but also outside the Philippines. So all over the world, there is mythology or there is myth. There is a legend. So, since we topic about mythology, we are discussing about the 12 gods and goddesses. So here are the 12 gods and goddesses beginning with Zeus. So Zeus here is the king of all gods and the god of weather. So he is the responsible for the thunder, the rain, all the weather that we are experiencing. He is responsible. Next one is Hera. Since we have king of all gods, Hera also is the queen of all gods and goddesses. And she is the god of women and marriage. Since she is the wife of Zeus, so she is responsible or she is the goddess of women and marriage. Next one is Poseidon. Poseidon is the god of the sea. So we are in the god of the sea, which is Poseidon. And I know you are familiar with him because we are heard his name in cartoons, in also in other movies. There is Poseidon. If we have the god of the sea, we also have the god of underworld, and that is Hades. So Hades is the god of the underworld. So he is just like Satan in our Christian or Roman Catholic Bible. Very good. Next one is Athena. Athena is the goddess of wisdom and defense. So if there is war, we also have to defend ourselves, and there is Athena. So whatever war it is or there is, Athena is there to defend the humankind. Next one is Apollo. Apollo is the god of prophecy, music and poetry, and knowledge. So Apollo has his lyre with him so that he will bring peaceful happiness inside the Olympian. Olympian is where the gods and goddesses live. Next one is Ares. Ares is the god of war. So if there is a god of war, there is also god of wisdom and defense. So Ares here is responsible for all the war. So during the Greek mythology at the time, there are a lot of war in Greece. So, and Ares is responsible for that. Next one is Aphrodite. So you know who Aphrodite is, right? She is the goddess of beauty and love. So among all the goddesses inside the Olympian, and not just in Olympian, but outside the Olympian, among all the gods and goddesses, Aphrodite is the most beautiful or the gorgeous goddess of all the gods. And next one is Hermes. Hermes is the god of travel, hospitality, trade, and Zeus's personal messenger. So Hermes here is the one who travels a lot because he is the personal messenger of Zeus. So whatever issues or whatever problem that Greece have, Hermes should spread the message, should tell Zeus all the message, all the issues, all the problems, so that Zeus will find a way to solve the problem in the Olympian, not just in Olympian, but in the Greeks, since we are in Greek mythology. Next one is Artemis. Artemis is the goddess of hunting, animals, and childbirth. So if you are planning to have a baby soon, so you will need Artemis, or you have to pray to Artemis in order for you to grant that wish. And also, and since we are in Greek, so a lot of Greek people are praying to Artemis, so that Artemis will grant that wish of having a baby. And also, she is responsible for hunting and animals. So the next one is Demeter. Demeter is the goddess. There is no goddess because I messed up of my instructional materials. I'm sorry for that. Demeter is the goddess of agriculture and grain. So, in terms of famine, in terms of poverty at that time, during that time of the Greeks, a long time ago, people in Greece, or the Greeks, should pray to Demeter, so that Demeter will grant that wish of all Greeks, so that they will have food to eat in their table. And the last one is Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the god of fire, metalworking, and sculpture. So, Hephaestus here is responsible for all the fire. So, if there's fire at that time, or if we need fire, Hephaestus is there to provide that fire. Also, he is responsible for metalworking and sculpture. So in Greece rather, there are a lot of sculpture at that time, even up to this day. It's because of Hephaestus. So, after I introduce to you, before that, Hephaestus also is, if there is the most beautiful beautiful goddess in Greek, there is also the I don't know how to say this, but he has the worst face in the Greeks. He is the one who is not that most beautiful, that most handsome goddess or god in Greece. So now we proceed to the family tree. So this is the family tree among the 12 gods and goddesses. This is a family tree showing the the relationship of the 12 gods and goddesses. So here at first you will see that Cronus and Rhea, they are what we call titans. They are the titans. Before the gods, there is a titan, and Cronus and Rhea was part of it. Cronus and Rhea has an outcome, or children, which are Poseidon, Hera, Zeus, Hades, and Demeter. So in the 12 gods and goddesses, there is a 5 children of Cronus and Rhea. And after that, since Poseidon here has no son or daughter, let's proceed to Hera. So Hera has a son, which is Hephaestus. So Hephaestus is the god of fire. So he is the son of Hera. Next one is Ares. So Ares is the son of Hera and Zeus. So let's just say Ares is the legal one, the legal children of Hera and Zeus. Since Hera and Zeus are married, so Ares is their only child. Next is So next one. So we have no, since Hades and Demeter doesn't have a child or mentioned here, since we are focusing on 12 gods and goddesses. So I am focusing also in the family tree the 12 gods and goddesses, but I will include Cronus and Rhea since they are, let's just say, the top of the family tree, or let's just say the grandfather and the grandmother. So Zeus, aside from Ares, Zeus has also sons and daughters, namely Athena, Apollo, Hermes, Artemis, and Aphrodite. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 3 children of Zeus, which are part of the main gods and goddesses inside the Olymp. Yeah. So do you understand our lesson for today? Okay. So since you understand our lesson for today, so can we have our short art activity for a while to refresh our mind? Are you ready? No? Why? Why are you not ready? You should be ready and you should listen to our discussions because we have our quiz and our activity. So, you ready or not? We shall start our activity. So, our activity is named Picture and Guess. I will show a picture of a gods and goddesses and you will guess who that gods or goddesses is. So, are you ready? Okay, ready. So, our first picture is this one. Do you know who this one? Anyone? Guess? Hermes? No. Oh, Apollo? No. Oh, Poseidon? Nearly close. Very good. This is Zeus. Very good. Very good. Next one. How about this one? Very good. It's Poseidon. You will see that fork here. He is he has his with look like fork. So this is Poseidon, and you will see that in Little Mermaid. This one, who is this? Since this is a female, so she is a goddess. Who she is? This is Aphrodite. You will see that she is beautiful. So this is Aphrodite. Next, this one. Oh, very good. First guess. Very good. She is Hera. Very good. Very good. This one. There's a clue already. A liar. Very good. Apollo. Very good. Good job. Next. Who is this? And guess? Oh no. So close. Okay. Very good. He is Hades. Very good. This one. It's too obvious. This is very good. Athena. Very good. Good guess. This one. There's an animal. It's too obvious. She is Artemis. This one. This is Hermes. Are you familiar with this the one he brings? Not familiar? You see that in a Mercury drug. You will see the logo of Mercury drug. That one is Hermes. This one. This is. Guess who? Okay, very good. This is Hephaestus. Okay, so now we are ready for our quiz. So, did you understand all our lesson for today? Okay, so we have a short quiz. So, prepare a 1-4 sheet of paper and then answer the given identification here. So the direction here is, the direction here is identification, wherein you will identify the gods and goddesses mentioned and then write your answer on the blank given. So there are 10 items, and you will identify who is the gods and goddesses mentioned. Okay, so I will give you 10 minutes to answer, or 5 minutes. So since it's very simple. Okay, so answer right now. Okay, are you done? So give me your paper, pass your papers to the front. Okay, thank you so much. And now, for the final and closing, I will give an assignment. So your assignment will be, you will have to choose 3, or let's just say 3 or 4 gods and goddesses, and then give them or make them a reflection. So a short reflection will do, as long as it is a reflection, or as long as you understand, or who are they, or you can search it on Google for more information about them. But as long as you will choose only 3, either gods or goddesses or both, either gods or goddesses or both. Okay, so you will put it on your one whole sheet of paper, and you will pass it on our next meeting. Okay, so okay, so our class is done. So I hope you understand our lesson, and you will since this lesson is very important. So class dismissed. Thank you for listening, and thank you for listening. Goodbye. Thank you.